Hello to everyone. What is going on with this? Welcome back to the third hour of Mirrorshades Week 15. Don't give me that look, Dodger. I saw that shit. Adam, what's up?
Already so much disapproval. All right, you're in like a KFC parking lot. You have a
The
van.
best parking lots.
You have a van.
Fried soy chicken.
Yeah, Kentucky Fried Chicken. They have to put the quotation marks.
Yeah.
It's actually KF quote C quote. You have a van, a security van given to you by your employer. The van has a couple of like bullet holes in the back of it, and it is currently occupied by you, a mysterious case, and a tiny, angry, heavily cybered up Japanese 12-year-old.
Yes, sounds accurate.
So, I believe where we left off was Bon, you were like, what's in the case?
What's in the fucking case? All right?
So she's just like, why don't you open it?
You know the combination?
She shakes her head. Not my department.
All right, well, why'd you grab the girl but not the case?
She's like, priority target. Woman first, case second.
Well, so you fucked up. You could only complete 50% of the mission.
She like kind of looks at you like, yes, of course we fucked up. I'm here, not at home. Asshole.
So why were you going after the girl?
She kind of like squints at you. What are you gonna do if I don't tell you?
Well, the Oni will rip your arms off for one. But, I mean, what I'll do, I don't even know. I've got to stand in line. See, he's the one who applies the physical violence. So...
She's just like, I'll get new arms.
Oh, my...
Damn, this girl's hardcore. I just, like, turn around and look at her, like, kind of horrified. Like, I've checked out of this conversation so far, but I'm like, what? Are you crazy?
Maybe when he turns around,
you look over at her, yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what. You guys continue to get what you can. I'm going to make a phone call real quick.
All right.
I assume that I got a Japanese SIM, you know, when we came in, so that I can make calls on my wrist phone. Okay.
Sure.
I'm going to step out the
Matrix,
van.
Dude, the Matrix is worldwide. It's one way in which Shadowrun's actual technology is better than what we have now. There's one global telecommunication grid that you can call anywhere to anywhere from anywhere.
Thank God.
No roaming fees?
There's no roaming fees at all. The Matrix is all over the place.
Let's step outside and maybe we'll make a call to Takashi.
Okay. All right. So you open the van door, get outside, and you're still in Akihabara proper. So this is like a Gundam themed KFC restaurant. Outside there's a huge plexiglass Gundam like holding a KFC bucket and like shooting rockets out of its elbows.
That are actually not rockets but chicken legs.
Yeah, actually, it would be like a special KFC themed Gundam. So it's probably got like a Colonel mustache.
Oh, right.
And and it's in the right colors. And you can still see like the neon glow of Akihabara behind you. And there's like people around. But you get out, close the door. Yep.
And I'm gonna call Takashi.
Okay, sure. So you start getting like ringing through to him. What's everybody else doing while that phone call is getting made?
So what? I guess at the same time, would it break down? You turned around when she said, "I don't care" or whatever.
Yeah, when she was like, "I'll just get new arms," I like looked over like horrified, like this, but in a way that was kind of like,
so when
this
you
poor little girl is so hardened by the world, like.
When you turn around and look at her, she's like, "Don't look at me, pervert."
So I guess I'm like.
It goes from like to.
You see
like confused.
You see breakdown.
She like pulls her jacket closed.
This is what happens when you get the cybernetics. You think you're stronger than everyone. You think you're more important. But see, I know the secrets behind that stuff. I know all the pressure points. Maybe I just like take my arm off, like just pop it off.
Okay,
like start showing everything.
Normally when you do that, when you like pop your arm off, it just like comes off clean, like you just like unhinge the joint and pull it off. But this time when you do it, like a bunch of like hydraulic fluid and maybe some blood goes and like spews out, and there's just like a broken like tube sticking out of the end, just squirting fluid on the floor.
So when I do that, would I be able to point out like the things that you don't want to mess with or don't want to fuck up on an implant like this? Like, would Crusher know that?
No, you don't have the medical wherewithal or the cyber tech wherewithal to know. Like, you just know that your arms make you super strong.
Yeah.
But there is something broken inside of you right now.
Can I try to fix him again? Take another crack at that or no?
I don't think so. I think that you can only attempt to heal any given wound once. So actually, you got 2 more shots at it, basically, because it took 3 bullets to cause that.
Okay.
I feel like this is about to be a Pulp Fiction moment where if you actually do heal me, I'm just gonna like snap the kid's head in half. And then we're just gonna be like,
shit.
What do we do now?
Yeah, so when he like pops the arm off and stuff is like squirting out, I'm like, Crusher, I can try to heal that again, but I don't want you freaking out.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Breakdown. Let's not do that.
So when you do that, the girl looks at you, Knight's ass, and looks at the like arm, and just shakes her head, just like American craftsmanship. All right, you want to try and heal?
I don't know. Do I want to try and heal? I'm like waiting for Crusher to give me like the I'm not gonna break something.
Okay, so here's how it works. You can actually heal the same wound or whatever as many times as you want, but every time you do, the target number goes up by 2.
Okay.
That's how that works.
So that would be an 11 that you have to clear now.
That's like impossible.
I mean, I rolled a 27. Anything's possible.
Yeah, but I have to resist drain again, so I'm just gonna keep getting more and more fatigue.
And you have a light wound, right? So it's actually 12.
Yeah, right now I have a moderate mental wound, so it's gonna be
13.
harder for me anyway. Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
You're just not gonna do it.
I mean,
okay.
If you want me passed out in the driver's seat, sure.
I was just asking for confirmation's sake, not because I'm like,
no,
you're really not gonna heal me. I'm not saying that.
Crusher's ultimate guilt trip.
Yeah. Okay. Then maybe I start like putting on when the kid says like American craftsmanship, I start putting my arm back on. Yeah. And I'm like, so what do you got? What do you have done? And why'd you have it done? You're so young.
She looks at you and she's like, you wouldn't understand. Bleeding edge tech. Too important. Can't tell you about it. Crossed her arms like, nope. It's my secret.
What is it? Tech that turns a 12-year-old into a little piece of shit? Is that what it is? Because we got that back in States too.
She's trying really hard to ignore you. So outside, Bonbon, you get connected to Takahashi-san.
Yeah.
And he comes on the phone. You were on hold for a little bit, and he's like, Bonbon, good news, I hope.
Well, you know, I suppose good news, and well, no. Let me explain to you what happened. So we were following our mock, and we were going in. Well, we were following them. Let's just say that we were attacked by another gang. Well, since we're not properly equipped here in the streets of Tokyo. Let's just say it was a much more difficult encounter than we would have liked. And so here we are, and the gang has kidnapped Akiko, and we are in possession of a rather large silver case that has a combination lock on it, and one of the perpetrators who happened to be a part of the gang that took our gal. I'm just updating you on the situation because, you know, I don't know shit from shat when it comes to the gangs out here, and all I know is that a bunch of 12-year-olds attacked us, and
so he clears his throat. He kind of like coughs. He's like 12-year-olds.
Really buff ones.
Yeah. Let me break it to you down like this: 1, 2, 3. Count to 12. 11. 12-year-old, I'm pretty sure they were 12. They attacked us. They had guns. We did not.
He He seems to be thinking it over, and he says, "Describe these 12-year-olds to me. What were they wearing? How were they equipped?"
A lot of cybernetics, look like punk-ass little kids, some fiber optics in the hair. Real spicy group of folks. Rode in on some fancy little red bikes. And
What neighborhood are you in?
we're in Jesus Christ, I can't do it in that accent.
Akihabara.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You know that place with all the fucking lights and shit.
So he kind of is like, most likely a hacker gang. This makes sense. Was Akiko alone?
She was not. In fact, I believe that she had some sort of Yakuza escort with her. Unfortunately, he was killed by the rival gang.
The Yakuza will not be pleased by this. Interesting. Well, keep me updated.
All right, well, that's great. I can keep you updated all you want, but, like, what do you want me to do with this case? And is our mission done? I mean, Akiko got taken. We were supposed to watch her. She's sort of off the grid now.
No, you've done well, Bonbon. She's been taken. That's fine. Akiko's a very important person. She will be ransomed. There will be demands. I have no doubt in this.
So can we just get rid of this little punk-ass kid?
Get rid of them how?
I didn't mean like we're going to go around and, you know, like throw a bike at her and crush her or anything. I was suggesting that we just drop her off somewhere, be done with her. I needed to hear from you first.
I don't care. I don't know this girl. Throw her in the street for all that matters.
And what about the case?
Bring it to me. I want to see it. What's inside?
I do not know that. It has a combination on it. I've tried a few numbers, but, you know, nothing's worked.
Get rid of the child. Avoid the police. Go back to Ikebukuro. I will meet you there.
All right, how about we just say I'll drop off the child, just, you know.
I don't care, Bonbon. Do whatever you need to do.
All right, great. This call went much better than I expected. All right, we'll be at the house.
Okay.
Can we take guesses on the combination log? Like, how many numbers are there?
0, 0, 0, 0. 1, 2,
6,
3,
9,
4.
6, 9.
There are 5. It's a 5-number combination lock. And I don't know what the chances of like randomly guessing a combination lock are, but if you could roll that,
it would be 10 to the power of 5.
All right.
Figure out what the odds are and roll a dice with that many sides, and if you can get a 1, you can guess the number. Roll a D 10 million or whatever.
And if she guesses the number?
If by some miracle you could get, if by some miracle you get a 1 on this roll, then yes, you could randomly guess the number, sure.
I think.
Okay. No. On your 1D 100,000.
Close, though.
Can we all get a chance?
Yeah, I want to do it.
One of us is going to hit this.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, hey, you know what? For each person that does it, you can add 1 number to it because, hey, you know that Night Assassin's number was.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh.
Well,
wow, that's
you're only
so
off
close.
you're only off by 55.
Oh, no. We all rolled in the...
all really low,
we all
though. They
rolled in the
practically were
thousands,
ones on that.
Does it not go above 10,000?
Oh,
I don't know. It might just max out at 10,000.
I think it maxes out at 10,000, yeah.
All right. Well, regardless.
Rigged.
Yeah. I mean, you need a 1. Let's just somebody call Ryan.
Yeah, someone call Ryan. We need
That's a good point.
I come back to the call then and I say, all right, listen, here's the situation. This kid's nothing to us. So I suggest we find the tallest bridge that we can in Tokyo and throw that
No.
Wait, I'm sure she can swim. Second of all, this case is ours to take back to the hideout. So
I turn to the girl and I'm like, "Where do you live?
Yo,
where do we?
No. Breakdown. We're not taking him back to where he lives. Breakdown. Can I talk to you outside?
She points back towards Akihabara and she's like, "That is my home. Drop me off anywhere. Listen, let's make a deal. You keep the case. You drop me off. I'll tell the Zoku we don't have to come and kill you. Problem solved, right?
What's the Zoku?
She's like, looks at you like, Baka, Gaijin. The rest of the people, my friends, you didn't kill. My gang.
What are they called again?
Zoku is like a Japanese
Zoku.
word that means gang. Yeah. There's a bunch of different kinds of Zoku.
All right, well, how about this? Maybe you'll realize that we're actually on the same side. So we drop you off, and we'll keep the case. And also, you give me a way to contact you.
So she like looks at you and she's like, why do you want to contact me?
All right, listen. I'm asking the questions here. You'll know when we contact you why we're contacting you.
She's like you can try, and she like reaches into her like pocket of her like weird overall dress thing, and takes out like a data stick and gives it to you. And she's like, you don't look like you could hack your way out of a bag of dog shit, but unlock this. You call me whenever you want.
God damn it. You guys don't know how badly my whole plan was to just be like, are you fucking serious? You think I actually wanted to contact you? Like, you fucking dumb bitch? Right? Like, this is like, what bought mine. And then all of a sudden it's like,
I have a thing to hack.
I like put it back in my pocket. Just, all right, let's go find a bridge. I mean, let's just drop her off.
While we're dropping her off, or we're en route there, I want to sit down beside her, you know, like really seriously.
Okay.
Just be like, you know, someone here really needs to set you straight. You're getting into this stuff way too young. You're 12 years old. This stuff is not important, and you need to get away from it. The most important thing in life is fame. Remember that. Okay.
So she looks at you for maybe the first time like you're not a complete idiot. And she nods and she's like, finally, someone understands. Yes, to be famous. And she like puts her hand on her chest and like looks far away. She's like, this is something I desire.
Good.
All right, we're gonna drop her off.
I can't believe we're just dropping her off.
We're not going to kill another child. Okay?
All right, we need to go back to the house because some folks need some medical attention, I think.
Yeah, I'm bleeding because these fucking kids shot me up. But hold on. Let's just let it. See you later, kid. Have a good day. Have a nice life.
All right, lay low.
You just pull up on a random corner, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like a heavily trafficked area, but like...
Okay. So before she gets out, she like takes she's got like a Polaroid or something around her neck, and she like puts her arm around Knight's ass, and she's like takes a photo of the two of you, and puts it in her pocket, and like gets out of the car, and is standing on the sidewalk, and she like throws you the peace sign, and she's like, "See you later, losers." And like runs off into the arcade.
Skips off.
Yeah, totally skips off. She crouches down and then flies off on a rainbow. Yeah, so she just like throws you a peace sign and then disappears into the crowd.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I head home.
Let's go home.
Home to our little robot. I miss him.
Spy Cat.
And Spy Cat.
And our bird.
And my bird.
There's that point where if you're playing Walking Dead, the roleplay Mirrorshades version, the little top right would say Crusher will
No, she didn't take my deck. I have my deck. I got my deck back.
Yeah, she just left it. She doesn't want that old piece of crap anyway. You've had that thing for like an entire month already. Come on. Cool. Okay. So she takes off.
Cool. We go home.
Okay. Go home. Let's see what's in this case, maybe.
All right. So you're driving back to Ikebukuro. You notice that there is some like police activity. You know, they've cordoned off the alley or whatever. I mean, you don't go right past it or anything, but like, you know, there's some like police activity, and like the police are like getting people off the street that you were on as you like cross it. Yeah, and then you drive back to Ikebukuro. So you arrive back at your house and are greeted by the robot that lives in your house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Robot,
now that you're home,
call our favorite Japanese pizza place and order us our regular.
So yeah, it just like rolls into the kitchen and like plugs into the phone jack and makes some modem noises.
Excellent. All right, should we take a look at this case, everyone?
I'm just gonna go over here and bleed some more. Okay, I'll be right back.
Actually, I figured that we could just, use you to open it, but you tell me.
I'm just walking. Yeah. No, you guys could have done real well against all those little 12-year-olds. Took a lot of damage back there. I'm just walking upstairs.
So here's the thing about that. So you need to make a healing test.
Oh, to see if I need a doctor.
So you don't. Well, yeah. I mean,
if I'm gonna heal on my own.
You'll never be able to heal a deadly wound on your own. So for a deadly wound, yeah, you can't heal without someone. Like, you need surgery. You have like bullet fragments in your organs.
I meant to actually ask Takashi-san.
Let's see. Oh, you didn't actually take a deadly wound. You took a severe wound. So
yeah, I'm only severe.
Okay.
I never hit deadly.
They're serious? Okay, so the serious wound...
Yeah, serious.
Without treatment... regular conditions, but not a hospital. Okay. You need to make a body test.
Okay.
With a target number... Oh, never mind. Nope, you need a minimum lifestyle of high. You can't make this test right now. And it will get worse with time, and if it gets any worse, you're going to go into a coma.
What's our lifestyle that we're in here?
Middle.
Middle.
Yeah.
Okay, well then maybe instead of walking out upstairs, I'm walking outside to go find the hospital.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe you don't you've had so much adrenaline or whatever, or maybe you've been in like horrible pain the whole time, and then you get home and you're like finally get to like let down a little bit, and you're just like, oh dear,
yeah,
I feel horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the nearest hospital from here?
You would have to call Crash Cart. They're like a private like ambulance company, and they will come and pick you up and take you to a hospital.
How much does that usually cost?
A lot. But whether they would even pick you up or not is another question because you're a troll.
No.
This isn't something we can call.
You could try to call,
Takashi about.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna step outside again and call him.
Okay.
Tell him I say hey.
Okay. All right. So you call him up. You get connected to his his car phone. You can hear like car noises and stuff in the background.
Okay.
And he's like, "I'm almost there, Bon Bon. Another 20 minutes.
Oh.
Traffic's a little bad."
All right, yeah, no problem. So we are back at the house safe and sound. However, now that we're back, we are evaluating one of our team members' wounds, and we're realizing that he's not looking too good, and he's gonna need a dock wagon for sure.
So there's a pause, and he's like, "How was Crusher injured?"
Well, kids.
How'd you know it was Crusher?
He's like, "I took a wild guess."
Well, good guess. Well, these kids unloaded. They had pistols. They was shooting
gunshot wounds.
Gunshots, yes.
We can take him to a hospital. What about Breakdown? Can he fix them? Isn't that Breakdown's job?
I mean, yeah, hypothetically, yes, but I mean, you have to realize even Breakdown is suffering some mental stress as a result of our encounter. Like, you don't have any resources here. You're such a, I mean, you're that guy. You're so connected.
So he's like, "This is a very disappointing conversation to have with you, Bon Bon."
I really think this is disappointing. We had no guns. We had no armor. Like, this could have been totally different. You're right, but this is how it happened.
Yes, this is the situation in which we find ourselves. Well, ask Breakdown to take a look at it, and we'll discuss it again when I arrive.
I did.
Actually sounds like he stars on soap operas. Like, yes, these are the days of our lives.
All right, I'm letting you know though. Like, Breakdown is going to be unable to treat these wounds.
Bon, I don't want to tell you how to do your job as leader of this team, but if your medic can't do their job, maybe you need to replace them.
Fuck yourself.
That asshole.
The biting of the tongue happens on the other end of the line. All right, so you're going to be in like 20 minutes. So, okay, we'll see you in 20 minutes. Bye.
Okay. All right.
And then I'm like, fuck!
do we hear that?
Yeah,
Probably.
I think we get one of those, like, we just see the like the neighborhood from a high aerial shot, and then that noise, and then birds just fly off a nearby tree.
I go outside to see her and be like, "Are you okay? What just happened?"
You're absolutely positive there's nothing you can do for Crusher at this point?
I can try. Now that we're here, I'd feel safer trying. But I mean, I gave it my best shot before. I'll try again though.
Takashi's coming.
Do you do you have like a medicine like skill, like a mundane? Do you have first aid? Does anybody?
I should probably learn first aid.
Okay.
I only know magic healing.
Night cess? Any of that? First aid? No.
Can I hear the two of them talking?
You can hear that they are talking, but don't hear what they're saying unless you like get close.
How much does first aid cost?
For like 1 point in first aid, it costs one karma if you don't have it yet.
And like, what would that ever work on, realistically?
You apply it within an hour of a wound, and it helps the person get better faster. Stops bleeding, all that.
So it's the same as magic.
Yes,
the effect
way less effective. But yes.
Okay. Can you do it on yourself?
Yeah, totally.
If you have a wound, does it interfere with you using it on yourself?
I mean, yes. If you have a wound penalty, it affects your first aid because you're hurt, right?
Is it... So if I had a moderate wound, is there a 50% chance that it would work or less?
Target number for first aid on a serious wound target number is 8. So it would go up by whatever your wound penalty is.
And what about moderate?
I think it's... I mean, you guys have it on the penalty on the sheet, right? So, like, it scales... It's 1 for a light.
2 for a moderate.
2, yeah, 1, 2, and 3.
For serious.
So the target number would be 10 for you to perform first aid in the condition you're in right now.
But there's no penalty to you.
I mean, if I had a moderate wound and I wanted to use first aid on myself, what would the target?
The target for first aid on yourself, moderate is 6, so it would go up to... it's effectively like the wound penalty above what it already is. So it would be 6 raised by 2 if you're trying to perform first aid on yourself.
Okay, so I probably won't get it then, because it just doesn't seem very useful.
Yeah, it's a high target number.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to have to make healing tests soon, but if you have a severe wound, you can't heal in this house by yourself. Moderate and light, you'll still be okay. But.
Okay. I'm going to try... His wound is still at serious, right?
Yeah, severe. Yeah.
Severe, yeah.
I mean, they're the severe, serious, whatever. S. It's an S wound.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to...
So hold on, you were saying, Crusher, you wanted to go outside?
Yes, but the other thing, I guess... let's just say I passed out. Like, I was complaining inside, and then I think,
you're like, I don't feel so good. And you go, maybe you get out into the alley and then, like, pass out. Yeah. Out there. You just get really dizzy and sit down.
Yeah.
So maybe at that point, like, breakdown, you're, like, trying to decide what to do, and you hear shouting in the alley. You're some, like men, like, shouting in Japanese. They sound panicky.
I run out there.
Okay. There's 2 kids out there. Like, they're older than the kid you're fighting before. They're in their, like, mid-teens, like 15 or 16. They're both wearing, like, school uniforms.
Are they the kids that were smoking out there?
They're the shit kids that were smoking before.
Okay.
And one of them is, like, they're both, like, yelling, and then you come out and they just start, like, Japanese language spewing.
Bon.
Well, I guess then I come out.
Yeah, okay. So you come out and you see there's like these kids and Crusher like unconscious, like lying leaned up against the fence, just like bleeding on the ground.
Oh god. Oh god.
And to these kids are like, your friend is bleeding to death. He got shot. I think he got shot. And they like come over to you, Bon Bon, because you understand. And they're like, you gotta do something.
Okay, I'm gonna heal Deadly.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I mean, do you tell me this? Do I start like, all right, listen, we know we've got someone on.
I'm just gonna start.
We've got someone on the way. I appreciate your concern, and it's phenomenal that you are worried about my friend here. But we've got everything under control.
All right, so they're alternating between like gawking and like being sort of legitimately like concerned. Like you hear them catching, they're like talking to each other, and they're like, "See, I told you his blood was blue," and like basically like debating, like, "I wonder how many hearts he has."
All right, kids, I really appreciate that you're having a great educational debate over my friend here, but as you mentioned and pointed out, he's actually dying. So if you could be on your way, that'd be fantastic. All right, thanks.
Okay. My target number is 13.
I tried to
you say?
Shove them.
No,
off.
it would be 12.
I thought it was 15 because you weren't feeling well.
So it's whatever the normal target number was for deadly,
8.
for a serious wound.
Wasn't that 8?
Let me check the spell. I knew it was 8 for healing, like regular styles.
Maybe it started out 8, now it's 11 plus.
Oh
1.
no, you know what? It's based on essence, so it starts at 9. What's your injury level at? 2? You're moderately injured.
9? Yeah, 2.
Okay, so it goes up to 10, and then you're trying again, so it goes up to 12.
Christ. Okay, so target number 12.
Yeah.
I have to get 2 6s on one die. So.
Do it. I believe in you.
Fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, kind
now
of.
you can either of you, Crusher or Breakdown, you can spend 2 karma to buy a successful.
How much karma do you have?
I have 12 karma.
Okay, I have 3. If you don't mind using it, then
I'll use I'll use 2 of mine.
Okay. All right. So that means that the base healing, you stop bleeding out immediately, and you'll gain 1 box back in 20 turns, so in like a minute. But the spell won't be able to do anything else beyond that, but it'll stop you, which is good because you had a half an hour before you took another box of damage. So good work.
Jesus.
Okay,
so resist drain.
Yes, please. So what's the force?
Willpower. It was 4.
Okay.
So that's willpower.
Yeah.
Plus 2. 5, 7.
Breakdown using that karma is really fitting to the character, even though it's Crusher that's injured.
Yeah.
It's like really good.
What's my target number? I'm sorry.
Target number is the force of the spell, and it's a deadly 2. And you can add whatever spell pool you have left, if you have any.
4.
Okay, so deadly to severe, severe to moderate. You take another moderate wound.
So I'm up to serious now?
Yeah, but it's a serious mental wound. So that splitting headache you had before,
it's way worse.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe you start getting like a nosebleed, and like you're dizzy, and your head is pounding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, when it's done, I just kind of like fall back and sit on the ground.
Okay. One of the like teenagers like comes over and like starts fanning you. They have like a pocket fan they take out and they're like fanning you.
I like chuckle. Thank you.
And he's like
arigato.
Yeah, and he's just like nodding and like kind of like gently like patting your head. Like,
all right, thanks, kids.
Okay.
I'm gonna Night Sass. I need some help.
What do you want from me?
I want you to help me to bring our teammates back inside, maybe.
You want me to lift Crusher?
I want you to help me. Get the
robot to do it.
I don't think the robot, it actually exceeds the weight specifications. I know this because I took that thing apart practically. put it back together.
Like if you can't lift Crusher, you could just take both his arms off, take them inside, and then take him inside after.
Yeah, just have the robot take him apart piece by piece and reassemble. It's a robot. It knows how other robots work.
All right, kids, you want to fucking do something worthwhile here? Can you help me bring my friend inside?
Okay. They're right at the edge of their willingness to help because they're like, okay, I don't know if I want to touch this guy.
All right, then get the fuck out of here!
So they hesitate, and then you yell, and they both like jump up and run off, like immediately, like and like take off down the road.
All right, I escort Breakdown in, and then come back out to figure out what the fuck I'm doing with Crusher.
Okay.
Is there a wheelbarrow or a... God, no, I'm just kidding, because I couldn't lift him into the wheelbarrow.
Couldn't even get him in the wheelbarrow, man. Yeah.
Just get a couple of logs and lie him down and just roll him like they built the pyramid.
Yeah. I'm, like, literally sitting in the back of this, like, Tokyo suburban
You're just, like, in the
alley.
alley.
Going, like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Wait,
like,
so is he like laying down in the alley outside?
He's just kind of slumped up against the wall. Yeah, I mean, if you give him some time, he'll wake up.
Mm-hmm.
But he's not in great shape.
Well, I'll guard him.
Stand guard. Like
all right.
Loyal,
well,
like the loyal.
I can't carry him in, so I guess I'll just wait out here until he wakes up. So.
All right, you have fun with that. I'll be playing video games.
All right. Great. Takashi-san's coming, so, you know, I'm sure that playing video games will go really good with that new persona you're trying to put on and everything.
I've always been a real gamer girl.
Also, listen, Wheat. It's 2050 of the 1980s. There is no Persona. The Persona games don't exist in this universe.
Oh, well, she knows all stuff.
All right. So you're gonna hang out, Bonbon, to make sure that Crusher nobody like loots Crusher's body.
Yes.
Until Crusher wakes up. Okay.
Mine with Jax.
Each stick runs off with his arm. Street goblins. You gotta watch out. They'll just take your cyberware if you pass out in the street. No, people in Japan are very respectful of people who are passed out drunk in the middle of the street. They will not rob you for the most part. But then you're not a person, so it doesn't matter. Breakdown, what are you doing with your like horrible splitting headache?
I think I would probably, I don't know how long it's going to take for Takashi to get there, but I'd probably like sit for a while and then it like I slowly piece together the fact that they were not able to bring Crusher in. And if I'm feeling up to it, I'd probably like get up and go sit outside with Bonbon.
Okay. All right. And Night's Ass, you're just playing video games?
Getting some practice time in.
Yeah, you got to get a leg up on Crusher while he's out.
Well, I mean, I already have
that. Bench. Okay. So you hear, after another like 10 minutes or so, you hear a car like pull up. And the car door open and close. Footsteps. It's like the doorbell rings. Plays the Astro Boy theme song.
I'm in the back, so I don't.
Yeah, you can still hear the doorbell ring, but Night's Ass, you're the one inside.
What was I calling the robot again? Mr.
Extreme.
Yeah. Can you get that, Mr. Extreme?
He's like, I cannot fulfill both video game and butler features at once.
Fine. Pause the game. I get up and I go to answer the door.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So yeah, you go to the door and Takahashi's there, and he's kind of like looking thoughtfully around, like at the door, and kind of like looking at the overgrown plants and stuff. And you open the door, and he sees you and gives you a little bow.
When I see him, I like stand up streaming, and I'm like, I did not harm any children ever today.
He like looks around. That is good. Pat
and then I smile
on the shoulder, like, I'm very proud of you, weirdo. May I come inside?
Isn't this your place?
He nods. He's like, yes, like that's the right attitude. And like, comes in, takes his shoes off, and walks inside. As he does, he looks at like there's like a bluish like puddle on the floor. He looks at it. He looks at you. Looks at the puddle again.
It's Crusher's. That's Crusher's.
Kind of squints. Is he
He's
still
outside.
here?
Yeah, if you want to talk to him. Just catching some air.
So he makes a beeline for the back door and opens the sliding door, and he can kind of see out into the alley. And he's like, Bon Bon.
I'm out here.
Yes, I see that. I would like you to come inside, please.
All right, but like my dying friends out here, I'm just like I'm not strong enough to bring him in.
It's okay.
Put a tarp over him and get inside.
I'm not gonna put a tarp over our friend. Okay.
All right, I'll just
go
be
talk
gone.
to him. I'll watch Crusher.
All right, I'll be gone just a second.
Okay. All right. So you come inside, and yeah, Takahashi's looking like a little peeved, not like rage angry, but like kind of annoyed. But he's looking at the case on the table when you come in.
All right. Do I see him? Do I notice his annoyingness?
Yeah, I mean he's keeping it all inside, but he's
right.
a little angry.
Then I come right out and say it, and I will say I say Takahashi. Jesus, I don't know why I'm adding an extra syllable today, but
his name is Takahashi.
It is Takahashi.
It is Takahashi.
Oh well, fuck. I was okay.
You're doing it right.
All right, Takahashi. I understand. All right. Look, I understand you're incredibly disappointed. This is not the first foot forward I wanted to put, but I know that you will realize that we did our best considering the circumstances. We did exactly what we needed to. We are not expect to get assaulted by another gang in the middle of this particular mission. So I am sorry that you have been drawn into all of this.
He's like looking at the case, and he looks at you and says, I appreciate your apology, Bon Bon. I'm a little frustrated that it has gone this way, but he shrugs. You people have a saying about omelets, eggs, I think, all in the line of duty. Is Crusher going to live? I
do think he's going to live, although any underground assistance. Look, we could pay. It's just making sure we can find a place that will actually take Crusher, because obviously he's got that troll thing going on.
So yeah, he says, you have Naoko-chan's phone number. Call her. Tell her what happened. She'll put you in touch with someone. It will be expensive, but you'll pay for them to stay quiet.
All right.
He gestures to the case. What's this?
All right, listen. What happened was some punk-ass kids on bikes came up, took out Mr. Yakuza, who was watching Akiko. They took off with Akiko, and as we were making way with this little gal to try to get some information, she said, "Get the hardware from the trunk." So, although was a bit hesitant to do so, we fucking grabbed it, and now it's here.
Interesting.
She did say that her priority was Akiko, and this was second to that.
And you have no idea where they were going with this case, Akiko and this Yakuza?
None. And we also got nothing out of the girl.
Interesting. I'm not surprised about the Zoku. They're quiet that way. If you could earn their respect somehow, maybe, but it sounds like she was a real shit. So maybe not worth it. But Yakuza, this doesn't make sense to me. Akiko knows a great deal about our corporation. She's been with Shiawase nearly her whole life. She's a person worth kidnapping, but not by a biker gang. I don't understand.
Well,
there's nothing else that you remember that happened. Nothing. This is all the information you have.
I mean, I would go over the situation in detail, I guess. But yeah, that's all we have. But what, I mean, isn't the Yakuza gonna go ape shit on these kids?
He He says, we cannot know unless we know what's in the case and why Akiko and this Yakuza were traveling with it. Was it intended to be sold? Was he... when they were at the airport, did Akiko seem forced into the vehicle? Or was she with this Yakuza on purpose?
As far as I can tell, she just was with the Yakuza on purpose.
That is very strange. Well, we cannot finish a puzzle without all the pieces. And he like puts his hand on your shoulder and he's like, "You're doing good work. I am sorry about your friend." Are you hurt? Like, do you have any injuries?
I have a light wound, but you know.
Okay,
whatever.
so maybe he notices that you're hurt, and he's like, "Make sure you take care of yourself as well as your team. Without you, they will not be able to function."
I do appreciate that, and you'll forgive my my bluntness here, but you do realize that I can take better care of my team if we are properly armed and equipped. And I realize you didn't know that was the situation we were going into. But should we need to go out again, it might be that we are best suited, prepared next time.
He says, "Yes, I underestimated the level of violence that would be anticipated in this situation. Guns are not commonplace in the streets of Tokyo, not since the end of the corporate wars. I will see what I can do about getting you your weapons."
All right, well, we got one now, so, I mean, that's one down, but, yeah, we probably, you know, some ammunition.
He looks at it and he shakes his head. "Do not try to fire that weapon. May I?" And he, like, goes to, like, take it from you.
Sure.
He flips it over, and it's, like, it's a smart gun, so it's got, like, a palm, like, reader or whatever. And he points at it and he's like, "We used to make these. This one, I think it will explode if you try to fire it without the correct key."
Didn't I fire it already?
He gives it back to you. Yeah, like he's being all like, "I know everything about guns. I'm cool." And he gives it back to you.
It's like, well, I fired it earlier.
He like raises an eyebrow and is like, "Oh, well, I'm glad you were still in more or less one piece."
I just kind of like take the gun and put it
You're
up.
like, fuck. Yeah. So he's like,
do you want us to open the case, or? I mean, I'm kind of curious now. What's in it?
He nods. "Yes, I am also curious. Open it if you can. He like looks at his watch. I cannot stay. Let me know what you find."
All right. Well, you know where to find us, and we'll call for the dock wagon.
He says, he's like, "Call Naoko. Let her arrange the doctor."
Of course, that's what I meant. Of course.
Okay. So he bows to you, and
right.
He heads out.
All right. I immediately call the.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So while they're having that conversation, Breakdown, what are you doing?
I'm literally just, like, sitting there sort of checked out next to Crusher.
So I think while you're sitting there, like, Crusher, you wake up. And at some point, like maybe around when Crusher's waking up, there's like the sort of flapping of wings, and that little, like, owl that has been following you around lands on the fence across the alley. It's got like the like tail of like a mouse or a rat or something sticking out of its mouth, and it does that gross thing where it like swallows the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then kind of just like looks at you and like blinks, just sitting there, like ruffles its feathers up.
I stand up and like obviously have like a moment where I'm like, ugh, and then sort of like shuffle over to it.
Okay.
"Hi again. How are you doing?" And like reach up to pet its little face.
Okay. Make a charisma roll.
Okay. He's like, "I don't know about this."
Yeah, it kind of does that, like, it like crouches his head and like. And remember, you're penalized because you're all hurt and stuff right now, right?
Right. So I just put my charisma in dice pool.
Yeah, put in your charisma dice. That's normal, and then the target number is 4 plus whatever your penalty is.
What's my penalty? However many boxes there are?
No, how wounded are you?
It's 2, or no, it's 3, right? Because you're severe.
I'm at serious now.
Yeah, so it's +3. Yeah, so it's 7.
Okay, shit. No, this owl's totally gonna whiff me. I'm gonna be so sad.
Oh my god.
20.
Oh my god.
That's pretty good.
I just charmed the shit out of that owl.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so it like looks at you and kind of like looks a little like, get away from me. I'm not gonna go anywhere, but I hate you. And like turns its head away and you like pet it. Yeah, and just like looks at you, like, what are you doing? What's happening over here?
Yeah, all I know about this owl is that it hangs out at the shrine, right? And that it's not a conjured spirit.
That's right, yeah.
Okay. I just kind of hang out, man.
Okay. You want to try to recover from your horrible bad headache?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Because you have a moment of relative quiet in this alley that smells like blood and cheap cigarettes. But hey, there's an owl here, so that's cool.
There's an owl, and that makes me feel better.
Exactly. So, reducing your mental fatigue. You have a serious wound. Your recovery target is 4. Make a body or willpower test, whichever is higher.
Okay. Target number 4, you said?
Target number is 5.
2 successes.
2? Okay. So it takes 20 minutes to heal from serious to moderate.
Okay.
And then another 20 minutes from moderate to light, and then another 10 minutes. So if you wait an hour, you'll be
feel a lot better. Okay.
You'll be fine. Yeah, in an hour.
Cool.
Yep. So Crusher, you're awake. You come to. You feel really lightheaded. And looking across, you can see Breakdown, like standing next to this owl.
Am I feeling like I was healed by magic?
You feel better. You feel like you had a nap and you woke up and you feel a little better.
Okay. And do I recognize right away that I'm in the alley?
I don't know if you recognize it right away. Like, you kind of come to slowly.
Okay, so the first thing I see is Breakdown talking to the owl.
Yeah, or just like hanging out, like standing next to it.
Okay. Hey, Breakdown. What?
Oh, you're awake. You're awake.
What am I doing in an alley?
Well, you came outside, you passed out, and we were able to hopefully reverse some of this. How are you feeling? Do you feel any better? Or
I mean, I feel like I got shot in the fucking chest, so not really.
Right, yeah, that's still a problem, isn't it?
Did you do your juju?
I did some juju while you were asleep, yes.
I did some juju to you while you were sleeping.
Don't be mad.
What'd you do? Maybe I'm just like feeling my body and everything.
You're still really badly hurt.
Yeah.
I encouraged your body to heal a bit quicker, so you might not feel much of a difference right now, but it'll feel better faster for sure. So just relax, just take it easy.
Oh.
We couldn't lift you to take you inside, so we left you in the alley. I hope you're not offended.
No, I grew up in the alley. We're good.
It's a very sad thing to say. Okay.
What are we waiting for now? What's the plan?
Bonbon is talking to Takashi inside, I think, and Night's Ass is playing video games, so...
Okay. All right.
Do you need help up? Do you want to go inside? I can help you in.
Yeah, we can go inside. That'd be good. That's a good plan.
Okay.
I stumble inside with, I guess, Breakdown helping me.
Before, as I'm helping him inside, can I turn around and look at the owl with my astral vision?
Mm-hmm.
Like, now that I'm starting to feel a little bit better, I'm like,
yeah, totally.
Wonder.
Take off your astral sunglasses.
Yeah.
Sure. The owl looks pretty much like exactly the same in astral as it does in physical. Like, it exists in both simultaneously. But in the astral plane, it has this like coruscating aura of magic. Like, it's definitely a spirit.
Okay.
But normally with spirits, they're bound to the magician or shaman that conjured them. But you see no evidence of that. This spirit looks like it's like a free spirit.
Right. So
yeah,
the magic is coming from it, not...
Yeah.
something else. Okay.
And the free spirits are exceedingly rare. Often, like, you don't just like necessarily find them in the wild. Sometimes when a magician summons a spirit and dies, the spirit like gets free. But this spirit owl, is somehow like, magical in and of itself, and exists in both spaces.
Okay. Yeah. So I just look at it. I look at it through astral vision, and then I just kind of, good night. Like close this.
Okay, yeah. It hoots loudly at you and then flies off.
Cool.
Okay. Alrighty.
I make that call.
Yeah. Well, let's take our last break here, and then we'll figure out the call and how long it takes Crusher to heal and what you do then in the downtime.
All right. Sounds good. We'll go into our final break. We'll come back and go into the 4th hour here, week 15. So don't go anywhere. More roleplay coming up. We'll see you then.